This is me, and this is my MX-5. In the middle of winter, we set off towards the northernmost point of Europe, and this is how it really went. Welcome to the MX-5 Nordkapp Expedition.
Good morning. The car, it's here, it's back home. It's very dirty, but we'll get there later. Now, what I want to do is to show you something that Moer installed, and you can have an idea from this plug. Pause the video and write in the comment what you think this is. But to show you, I have to lift the car a bit. I don't know if you can see anything from here. Those are heating pads. So Moer installed one on the side and one on the bottom. Let me go outside. And now I'm gonna test the oil heater. Let's see if it works. This is the other end. I'm still waiting for the IP64 body to cover those horrible wires. Probably I said this in the guide or in a previous video. This is not the best way to heat up the engine in the cold. By the way, if you want the little guide I wrote for the Nordkapp, you can check the link in the description. Because there are different methods. This is the most inefficient because with the heating pads you are wasting a lot of heat, discharging the heat into the ambient, so you're not only heating up the oil pan but also the environment, so you're losing a bit of energy. The best solution would be to have a pump, an electric pump with a heater inside the coolant, so circulate the coolant and heat up the coolant instead. Okay. Current temperature outside international accepted temperature. No, this is another sensor that the guys configure as external temperature, and this is another thing they did while I was away. So they installed an external temperature sensor under the wheel here, under the wheel arch, so I get also outside temperature, so I can show you guys when the temperature will be very low. And this one, stop refreshing please, oil temperature, and see, because it's below 10 degrees, and when it's below 10 degrees the sensor is not linearized for this temperature. The smell coming from here is quite important. So I think they are heating up quite a lot. 5 minutes and another 5 minutes and I'll start the car and see if we are more than 30.6 degrees. As you can see, there's no light anymore. So something happened with those blade. Let's start the car first. Let's see. Well, still let's see. I consider this kind of a half fail. So before starting the light again in the house, let's see if the fuse in the car got broken. No, this is still intact. There's a little problem without the light. I'm stuck here. Do I have my phone here? I hear my phone. Okay, I have the electricity back. I would say the test is failed, so we will have to have a look into that, also because I saw that they are not heating a lot. Something else I have to do is to add the little rubber also on the front mudguards, like the rear one. This rubber that will avoid anything to go and ruin the body, and also to keep all the dirt inside. I already marked the holes. I cut the rubber. Proper rally car. Okay, after installing the mudguards that I will show you better later outside with all the modification, I want to prepare something that could be useful. It will be a radiator cover. I just want to hook it up here. Moer suggested me to prepare one. He owns also an MX-5 and in winter it's not heating up fast enough, so might be useful. Now it's time to wash the car with some product that SoloDettagli sent me, and we will test this at -30. What I'm curious about is silk, which is a protective for the plastic. So we will see if at -30 the door will get stuck. And this, it's a protective for the glass. Of course, thank you to SoloDettagli Car Care. Link in the description, have a look, they have a lot of fantastic products. I decided to change the car for Nordkapp, not in reality, no, because this is Matteo and he's coming with me to Nordkapp, so we will wash the car together and prepare them today. Let's get started. The car is clean, it's super shiny. I added this sticker because here I have a huge stone chip. There's another. The car is not perfect, but I like it clean. One thing I want to avoid is for when it's freezing, for the door to get stuck, to get glued to the metal. And that can happen if you live in a cold country. I think at least once you found your door stuck that you cannot open it, and that's because the rubber will stick to the body. And to avoid this, I'm gonna protect all the plastic and all the rubbers with this product. Something else you wanna have on a trip like this, it's a clear view. And to get a clear view, you want the water, snow and ice just to slide without even using the wipers. And that's why I will use this product. I will apply it, let it rest for the night, and then we will see in Nordkapp how it will perform. After this, a little bit of wax, and the car is ready and clean for Nordkapp. And maybe tomorrow, because the sun is almost gone, I will show you all the car, all the modifications, and it will probably be a dedicated video for this, so subscribe if you don't want to lose it. For now, I'll finish the car and we'll see you tomorrow. So unexpectedly, in the mountain is snowing, so it's time to test the car.
I couldn't believe I was so lucky to experience snow here at home. The last time I saw it, it was 2020. It was finally time for a proper test. But maybe I should have checked the webcam first.
So at the end, mission failed. There's not snow on the road at all. You can see in the parking, not even in the parking.
At least I had time to do some sledding with a couple of friends.
Finally! The road is started! It's very windy! proper testing here. Unfortunately, I cannot drift because there's carabinieri there.
Finally, a bit of snow on the road. Not much, but enough to understand that this trip was going to be amazing, and that choosing studded tires was the right call. But I wasn't prepared for what was waiting just 2 days later. I still had something to do with these lights, because since I'm stupid, when I bought these lights, I forgot to check if they were for right or left-hand drive. And of course, I took the right-hand drive. So I'm keeping flashing the people coming from the other side with these lights, and I need to solve this problem. So I bought this, and it's something that people from the UK buy when they travel in Europe to be safe and legal, not to flash other people, and I have to install them here. So as you can see, both of the line has this cone that is going up. I have to center the sticker to avoid this cone. I don't know if it's really effective. See, there's a little bit of shadow there and there, so probably yes, I removed the part of the light going up, but I have to try tonight and drive in the car. I actually wanted to remove all of this. It's the 5th of January, and in Italy usually we celebrate Befana, and that evening the snow started falling. The next morning I woke up to exactly what I had been hoping for. It's time for proper testing. Having the time of my life. The car was fantastic on the snow. I was the only one there, apart from 2 tractors that were cleaning the road. Snow everywhere, it was falling so hard, and everything white around me. It was fantastic.
Qui non vedo, non posso driftare, se arriva uno di là facciamo il botto. Però qua c'è una foresta che è incredibile, guarda che roba. Tutto attorno, tutti abeti, guarda che roba, bellissimo.
I start going down, going back home, enjoying every corner when everything happened so fast and I was in a ditch. The rocks were at this much close to my left window, and I was looking at them very scared, and the car had bottomed out. I was very inclined and I couldn't even, I could, but it was very difficult to climb up on the other side. After 5 minutes, a police car was coming up and they saw me and they stopped to help. We tried to take the car out, attaching my tow strap to the little tow strap I have in my car from AliExpress, and imagine it snapped. Then a guy showed up with an SUV and offered to help, and I was a bit tired and it was very difficult to climb back out of the car. So I let him do everything, and probably that was a mistake.
Guarda, questa è così e questa è così, e qua sotto non te lo riesco a far vedere, o invece sì. Eccola la banana, beh. Per me mi ha cioccato anche il mozzo, bastardo.
So I had to call a tow truck, hoping with that weather they could come there and pick up the car. And finally, one replied that it could have been there after 4 hours. Well, it was still the morning, so yeah, I could wait, but I couldn't leave the car there. So the police offered me to bring me home, and so they did. They brought me home, and I took my Mercedes, this time prepared, 4 snow chain, both at the front and at the rear. I didn't want to risk anything, and I went back to the car.
Doppia catena, spalo attorno, così il carrozzerizzi ha la vita più facile. E sono uscito qua. Lì la macchina è andata dritta, ho dato un po' di gas, si è intraversata e ormai era tardi, c'avevo 2 ruote lì nel fosso. Mi sono fermato esattamente lì dove c'è questa pianta qui, questa nel centro, quella, e poi dopo mi hanno tirato tu, e sono venuto fuori appena prima del divisorio del fosso.
I had to clean around the car, and then I waited. I waited till almost the sunset, when finally the tow truck showed up, but the road became so slippery that it also was about to finish in a ditch. So we had to be very careful. It was able to do a U-turn, and we were able to load the car on the tow truck. But at that point, the MX-5 Expedition was at risk.